Hi, my name is Jamie Raintree, and I'm a women's fiction writer and the creator of the Writing and Revision Tracker. And in this video, I'm going to take you on a walkthrough on how to use the new 2019 Writing and Revision Tracker. So when you first download your spreadsheet, you're going to open it up to this page, which is just a quick reference page with information on how to read and use the tracker. So the first thing I want you to take a look at is up in this top right corner is a key. And the first indicator is a red border. Throughout the spreadsheet, you're going to see red borders, and those indicate areas where you can input information and numbers. And you want to try to avoid trying to put information on any cells that don't have that red bordered area, because those are the cells that contain the functions that make the spreadsheet do all the things that you know and love. And luckily, I have locked out those cells so that you should not be able to accidentally delete a function, because I do it all the time. Also, you'll look for this blue, which is indicating a writing related area, whereas a purple background indicates a revision related area. And then the last thing I want you to look at on this page is down here in the bottom left corner. I actually run a writing group on Facebook where we check in regularly with our goals and our achievements and sometimes have challenges. So if you think that's something that would help you achieve your writing goals for the year, please do click on this link and it'll take you right to it, and you can send in a request to join. Now, if you've used the spreadsheet in 2018, the month layout and year layout are going to look very familiar to you. If you didn't, I'm going to walk you through those as well. But something that's new to everyone is this new planner sheet that I'm really excited to share. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at that next. In order to navigate between the pages of the spreadsheet, you're going to go down to this bottom menu here, and we're going to go ahead and click the planner. So this is the new page. This is a project planner area that I'm really excited about because it covers a lot of things that the spreadsheet didn't have before. So I'm going to go ahead and walk you through how to use it. You'll see each block. We have 10 blocks here for each project. So the first thing you're going to start with is your due date. Now this can either be an assigned due date or one you set for yourself. I'm going to go ahead and put it in here. We're going to do 6/1/19, and it will automatically format the date for you. Then you're going to put in the title. I'm going to go ahead and use the title of my first book as an example. And now when you input this title, you want to make sure that it doesn't overrun the cell, because I have this set to match all the cells throughout the spreadsheet wherever your title is displayed. So you don't want the cell to run over all throughout the spreadsheet. So you can click enter there. And then here you can enter a short description if you'd like. And then over here on the top right section, you can insert a genre. Go ahead and put mine. Okay, so then this is the fun part. So if you have a writing goal for this particular project, you can enter it here. So I'm just going to come up with some examples for you. For instance, my novels typically run about 80,000 words, so I'll put 80,000. And then I'm going to pick a start date, which I'm just going to go ahead and do the first of the year. And then I'm going to pick an end date, and we'll just say March 31st. And click enter. So now you'll see down here underneath the red bordered area is where the calculations are happening. So the days left is going to calculate your end date, and it subtracts your start date. So that gives you a total amount of days for this project. And the great part about it is once you pass the first day of the project, it's going to actually count down each day for you. So on January 2nd, for instance, it'll say 89 days. And then on January 3rd, it'll say 88 days, and so on and so forth. You also have a words left. And what's really awesome about the way this calculates is it takes any numbers that you've already put in for that project in the month layout. So if you input information in January, February, March, any numbers for each day of what you've accomplished toward your writing, it's going to subtract all of those from this words left. So you're going to see that number decrease as you move forward in the project. And then it calculates your days left and your words left to give you a total words per day in order to hit your goal. So then the revision goal is going to work very much the same way. So let's say we start the day after I finish writing. I'll do April 1st. Oops, put that in the wrong one. So the revision goal, we're going to say it's going to be about 300 pages. So for your revision goal, people keep track of this differently. I like to use pages. Other people like to use words. Some people have fancy calculations for how they calculate their revisions, and that's totally up to you. The only thing I try to tell people is whatever you decide on is what you should stick with for every single project throughout the entire spreadsheet so that your calculations are accurate. So then the start date, April 1st. End date, we'll say September 30th. Okay, so then it's going to give me a days left, pages left, and pages per day. And then you're going to have that for every single project. So if you wanted to start your second project, you could go in here, add a title. I know a lot of you are very prolific writers, so you can put your start and end dates for every single project here, and you can plan your entire year. So I hope that you love this page as much as I do. I'm so excited about it, and I think it's going to be really beneficial for everyone in setting goals and reaching them. So now if you haven't used the month layout, we're going to go ahead and move forward with that. So let's go ahead and come down here and click January. So this is your main month layout. Up here in the top left corner is your calendar layout. It does start on Monday because I have noticed people tend to sort of start thinking about their goals for the week on Monday rather than Sunday. And then it has the coinciding day and date so that when you look at a calendar, it's going to be in line with 2019. You also have over here the week of the year, week 1, week 2, week 3. And then over here you have your totals for the week. So again, the blue is the writing related totals, the purple is the revision related totals, and then as you come down here, you'll have a month total here. Then over here, you'll see as I start inputting numbers, we're going to have a chart for our writing progress and for our revision progress. And then we have this quick at a glance over here on the far right side, which will give you your overall writing progress, your total writing goal for the year. You can see my 80,000 that I put in there, how much I completed toward that writing goal, and then the same with revision. So let's go ahead and start here with the month objective. So the month objective is just a text section that you can write anything you want to write. For me, let's say I'm drafting the first draft of Perfectly Undone. And if I were working on another project, I'm actually working on going to be promoting my next novel, so I can put something like that. So promoting Midnight at the Wandering Vineyard, or whatever I want it to say. It's just a quick reminder here so that when I open up the spreadsheet each day, it's right there in front of me. I can remember what I'm working on. Okay, so now if you come down here in the lower section, this is where you're going to be inputting most of your information. So you'll see that my title has come over from that planning page, and it fits nicely in there because I made sure it didn't run over. Then this section is going to be your writing numbers, and this is going to be your revision numbers. So let's just jump right in here and say I wrote 1,000 words on the first day. Okay, it's going to add this to the total here. It's going to add it toward my totals for Tuesday and for the week and for the month. It puts it in everywhere. You can even see if you come back over to the at a glance on the right hand side, that 1,000 words is here. So I can put that in here, and then I would just add in more for each day. Now you'll notice my chart hasn't popped up here. In order for that to work, you do need to insert a goal for the month. And this might be different from the goal you set on the planning page. So I'm shooting for 80,000 words, but I'm not going to write all 80,000 of those words in 1 month. So I might say I'm going to write 30,000 words toward that goal just in this month. And once I put that in, it calculates the total percentage that I've completed of that goal so far, and you'll see that up here on this graph, it now has an indicator of how far toward my goal I have reached. And it's going to look like that for everything. So if you set a revision goal of, say, 50 pages for the month, and then I revised 5 pages for that day, you'll see that it pops up here of how much progress I made toward that goal. And each of these colors is going to coincide with the project color, so you can easily keep track. If you're working on several projects throughout the month, you'll easily be able to keep track of which ones you're making progress on and how close you are to reaching the goal for the month. So down here is where you're going to input all those numbers. So you can see here's the day of the month down here, and each project has its own line for writing and for revision. And then if you scroll over here to the right-hand side, this is just a little note section where you can put whatever you'd like. For instance, say I worked on scene 1, I'll just put that here, and then that way I know what I accomplished today. And then as you move forward, it's going to look exactly the same in February, March, April, May, all the way through. Now, if I want to get over to my year totals for the page, I'm going to have to click this arrow over here, which will take us to the end, and I'll click totals here. So this is going to be your big overall picture of what you have accomplished so far, and it's really fun to come and check out at the end of the year when you can see all of these amazing numbers that you've written and revised. So again, the title is pulled over from here. You'll see this is the writing section up here. This is the revision. It pulls over on both. I have my goal being pulled from the planner page that I set, so my 80,000 word goal and my 300 page goal here. I've got you'll see that 1,500 words that I input in January showing up here. So it'll give you a January total down here for all the projects that you've worked on for writing, and same with revision. And then you're going to have a total for the project for over all the months over here. So this is how much I've written toward that project. This is the percentage I've completed toward my goal of 80,000 words. And then down here is the best number of all, I think, which is the total words you've written for the entire year. And it's really fun to see that go up. And then same with revision. So that is it. That is the walkthrough of the 2019 Writing and Revision Tracker. I hope that's helpful for you. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me on my email address at author@jamieraintree.com. So I wish you the best of luck in 2019 in reaching all of your writing and revision goals.